Good morning. I don't know how many views I get, and I don't give a fuck. I don't care how many views I get. I get up every morning and I do my work, and the views, I don't even look at the views. I don't care about the views because I remember one time I used to make videos for the psychedelic therapist, and I used to be always, caught up in how many views am I getting, how many views am I getting, and then you said to yourself, "Oh, my content must be shite. There's no one looking at my content and all." But when you learn philosophy, you learn that that's not within your control. You just do your work and release it into the universe, and you stay detached from the outcome. You know what I mean? You just do your work and you detach yourself from the outcome. And this is the thing, you see. There's no expectations, and this takes time to learn, because when there's no expectations, you don't have any problem, you don't have any issues with reality not meeting your expectations. That's what I was going to say when I was back in Plovdiv. If you're coming to this hostel, don't have any expectations, because I'm most certainly not going to try and meet them even. Yeah, I don't exceed them. But in saying that, if you come with no expectations, you might actually enjoy the experience as is. You know what I'm saying? Because like I went to America one time, and I said to myself, now I was expecting Baywatch. You know what I mean? I was expecting Baywatch, like all the beautiful people skating around. But we'll talk about beautiful people in a minute. Skating around, like Baywatch, Pamela Anderson types, skating around on the Santa Monica Boulevard, and I wanted to go down to Muscle Beach, on Venice Beach, Muscle Beach, and all the rest of it. I thought it was going to be all the Arnold Schwarzenegger types, all the buff boys training in Muscle Beach. But I got a serious kick in the bollocks, because I spent the whole time saying to myself, "What's this shit? What's this shit? This is a fucking lunatic asylum. It's a shithole. It's a fucking shithole." Well, by definition, it was a shithole. Yes, it was a shithole. There was nobody on Santa Monica Beach, not a fucking sinner. That's a sinner. And this is in September when it was warm. In all the 24-hour gyms, there was nobody in the 24-hour gyms, because they all wanted to just join a gym, which made it sustainable, because they all had gym membership. But nobody went to the fucking things. Not as far as I could see anyway. And they were all fat. They were all seriously obese. I remember one fella trying to open the door. They all drove around little carts. They were that fat. But there was all you can eat buffets for $8. Like $8 you could win. You could stuff your face all day. You could even sit there for an hour and then go again. And this was customary, like, because they were used to people stuffing their face in these things. And then in the likes of the McDonald's and the Burger Kings, they had buckets of Coke. Now, buckets, not large, but buckets of Coke. But they were all seriously obese. And I seen one fella driving up to a door in this little cart, and he tried to reverse back and hold onto the door. "Go to the cart, you fat cunt!" But this was America. Was a fucking shithole. I went down to Muscle Beach and it was all fat lads training in the gym. Now, I'm not saying there's now. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole thing. Like, I seen Peterson the other day. Like, you see, I had this thing the other day with Peterson. You know what I mean? I had this thing the other day with Peterson, and sort of like I initially came onto this thing about containing my ego, and that's what I was going to talk about this morning, was containing my ego. But I've sort of come, like, I seen them like they put seen a video with Peterson the other day. Now Peterson, I was going to say, might have trouble containing his ego, and maybe he does have trouble containing his ego, but maybe he's just being himself too, like. But except with a few exceptions, like he commented on a thing the other day about a model a model on a page of a magazine, a swimsuit. She's modelling a swimsuit in the page of a magazine, and of course they were splashing this around, beautiful, and we're doing the usual fucking cliche of beautiful. It's like me when I say people go to the fucking, what's that fucking church here? The real monastery, and they come back from the real monastery and say, "Well, how was your day?" "Oh, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful and abstract concept. What's beautiful about it?" You know what I mean? But they all just, like, it's just a church, and most of them have seen fucking churches all across Europe, and they still come along and just go to this stupid church. it's a monastery, like, but it's just a monastery, like. But they pay 25 quid or whatever to go to this monastery, and then they come back saying, "Oh, it's beautiful, beautiful." And I said, "What was beautiful about it?" And they're not able to fucking tell you because they're just, but really they have the same thing as me in America, and. And they say, like, the same thing as me in America, and they say, except I didn't say America was beautiful, and I didn't do what people do when they go to Las Vegas, which is take the same 5 photographs. They take the photograph in the MGM Grand lobby. They take the photograph of the little white chapel, the photograph of the Grand Canyon. We even do it, they're a little bit flushed. They might do a little bit of a helicopter tour in the Grand Canyon, or maybe the zip line or some shit like this. But really, like, none of them tell you the truth, that Las Vegas is full of whores and prostitutes, and, well, whores and prostitutes, same thing, but full of prostitutes and drugs and beggars every fucking 10 yards. And Hollywood the same, a beggar every 10 yards. And at night they've no public toilets open, so everybody pisses and shites all over the street now, and I mean this, like I see people going around picking up dog shit here, but nobody picks up the shit in Las Vegas. They come around or in the Hollywood Boulevard. They'll come around at 7 o'clock in the morning and they hose down the shit and the piss off the pats, and there's a lot of it. And then in contrast to this, you have all this pretentiousness of people queuing up to go into nightclubs and go down along and they pick out the best looking women and they call them up to the front again. Now that's pretentious bollocks. That's bullshit. Now, I'm all for picking your fucking, controlling the ambience in your club, and for picking your demographic, and it's your business, and I'm all for this. But really, like, when it gets to that extent, and then they come out and line up again a tree and they take a few photographs before you go into the club, this is pretentious bullshit bollocks. This is so fake. This is so fake that you're so caught up in the perceptions of others and trying to present an image that you become a black hole. Do you know what I mean? So we now have dancing stars, we have dancing stars, and we have black holes. Now, you know what a black hole does? It sucks in all the energy. Because even if you're putting forward this front as a star, you're putting forward this front, you're a black hole. Now, comedians get this a lot because they have to put forward this I'm funny, I'm fucking, they have to throw this energy all the time, but they have to root deep for this energy, and it's like taking speed to excess, that they have to burn this energy from the next day, and a lot of them end up suffering from depression, like Michael Barrymore, like, would be the perfect example of this. Maybe Rob Williams the same, but really, like, you know what I'm saying, that they just have this it's fake, basically. It's fake because they have to put on this persona, because this becomes their image, this becomes this becomes them. Do you understand? Like, everyone expects them to be funny, and then they well, I can't be sure about this, but, well, I could say it in Barrymore's case anyway, because it's common knowledge he was depressed, but this becomes a facade, this becomes an expectation, and then they need this validation from others. So they have to put forward this facade in order to acquire this validation. And then if you reach a point in your life when you're not getting this validation, you're no longer funny, or you're no longer, the whole thing is ditties up. The whole thing is down the swan. The whole thing is you're going to implode. You're going to be a black hole. You know what I mean? But so Peterson anyway, said about posted on the thing, and I says he posted, "Sorry, not beautiful," on the thing, and I said to myself, "Who the fuck do you think you are, Tom Cruise?" And I said to myself, no, I should look for what I see in others. I should look for myself first. And I said to myself, why do you even need the comment? Maybe he's just trying to stay controversial. But I'm going to give Peterson his fucking due. He's fucking, with the exception of one thing, because he said the other day, when he was challenged on this whole most beautiful thing, he said, and if you don't like it, he said, you can fuck off. Now, the word fuck coming out of his mouth didn't sound in any way natural. And it sounded like it was nearly scripted for shock value, you know what I mean? That was premeditated for shock value. Like the young ones who hang around and spend time in my company, they seem to learn how to use the word fuck as an interjectory in a much more natural way. Do you know what I mean? Just from, well, this is alchemy, isn't it? From, this is alchemy, you have to be careful who you hang around with, isn't that it? Yeah. But Peterson has sounded completely unnatural. But without that, but besides that little indiscretion, he does seem very much himself. So basically, even if you call him a wanker, that's his nature. You know what I mean? I think he's very much his nature. He's very much. I'm not going to call him pretentious. I don't think that'd be fair. But he said most beautiful, and this is what I want to talk about. And he said, sorry, not most beautiful. Morla said she's fat, but he said she's not most beautiful based on his profile of what a swimwear model should look like. And I'm saying like that beauty, and then back again to what beauty is an abstract concept. Now, it wouldn't match my concept of beauty because again I factor in more the energy and the souls. I still say that Peterson is still having a little trouble being stuck at the superficial level and having trouble passing this, even though the man has read extensively. But this could be what's actually trapping him on the superficial perspective. The very same as Slavoj Zizek. Now, Slavoj Zizek would give you a pain in your head, not only because of his lisp, but because his view is so superficial on philosophy. His view is so superficial. Obviously, he falls deep in Marx theory, like, but maybe all his reading is what's actually keeping him at a superficial level. Do you understand? Wisdom is not found in books. It's not found in books. It's living a life like me. Now, oh yeah. All right. I was going to say. No, I'm running out of time. I was going to say that in order to keep you. No, I think I'll leave it till tomorrow. I was going to say. No, I'll leave it till tomorrow. I'm going to leave it till tomorrow. I'm having trouble with my pride. I'll leave it till tomorrow. But yeah. But I was going to say, before I finish up on this, I was just going to say one thing. You see Deborah DeLuca. Deborah DeLuca is a DJ. You can look up Deborah. Now, Deborah's a very good-looking woman. She's a very pretty woman. She's very nicely packaged, very good-looking woman. The aesthetics are perfect and all the rest. But when Deborah's playing the music, now I'm not a fucking DJ. I'm not a DJ. But one has to use reason, like. I'm not a singer either, but yeah, I know a good song. And I'm not a fucking musician, I wouldn't play shit, but yeah, I know good music. But yeah, when Deborah's playing with the decks, the track does not change. Now, if you watch Charlotte de Witt, when Charlotte moves a knob, there's a change in the music. When there's change. Now, I don't really like Charlotte's music. I don't really like Deborah's music either, because if you look at the crowd at Deborah's music, there's either a serious shortage of drugs or yet they're just there pretending to enjoy themselves because it's like the zombie apocalypse. Now, Deborah plays a song, she might, like I give you this, she might play Children from Robert Miles. Now, I've heard loads of remixes of Children, but but anyway, she sticks the hand in the air like this. You can't see. She can't see, but this. She does this, She puts the hand in the air. She does this, Now that's the extent of Deborah's energy. Now I don't know Deborah, but the vibe she's giving off is a black hole vibe. Now, if you take this is probably, I don't know, I can't pronounce the name, Alfisa Lechiego. Now, if you look at Alfisa Lechiego, now she's a girl throwing off some serious vibes. Now, I don't know if I think she actually mixes her own music, so she might be a real DJ as well. But what I'm suggesting here, that there's a possibility and a probability that Deborah is fake. And the whole point of these fake things, like there's fake diamonds, there's fake loads of shit, as I say, fake jackets, fake everything. And I say the whole point of this is for people to start using their faculty of reason and rocking up to these gigs just because it's Deborah and Deborah has made a name for herself. You're not really developing your faculty of reason, especially standing there like a fucking sheep or standing there like a zombie apocalypse pretending to enjoy yourself. This is like the people going to the Real Monastery. Oh, it was beautiful, It was bollocks, because I remember I called one girl out and I said to her, like, you're really like, I said, did you ever find yourself when you're running around the world distracting yourself from your misery, distraction by distraction, And you find that these things, you have a concept of beauty. So when you go to the Relay Monastery and you have this concept of beauty, you have an expectation of what the Relay Monastery is going to be like because you have a concept of beauty and everybody's telling you it's beautiful. I said, it doesn't alleviate your misery, it compounds it. Because reality doesn't match your expectations. And now this distraction by distraction, you go around ticking all the boxes, Relay Monastery, Hagia Sophia, you know what I mean? You're ticking all the boxes on the tourist trail, but it's not matching your, I'm out of time, it's not matching your reality, it compounds your misery. Do you understand? Bye. I may go. Bye.